Yo, welcome back to another video. Today we talking about, should you put in the 2-week notice? Should you just dip and go to your new job and not say anything? Honestly, to be honest with you, I do put in my 2 weeks only because it's the professional thing to do. But I do also understand the other side of just leaving, because we know these companies don't care about us. So when they fire us, do they give us a 2 weeks heads up before they fire us? No, because they don't care. So I definitely see both sides, but I don't know. I just was raised a certain way where I just gotta move. I gotta move that way. I gotta be respectful. But yeah, I kind of wanted to get into this and for reasoning that I'll explain later in the video. But let's get some different perspectives. And let's see what they're talking about. Let's go ahead and get into the video.
Basically saying putting your 2 weeks notice in when you're working puts a target on your back. And when I seen the video, I was like, putting a 2 weeks notice in low-key is kind of unfair. Because I'm being told as a responsible employee, I'm supposed to give you guys a 2-week heads up to find another employee because I have to leave. And if it's me having to leave right away, I still have to put in 2 weeks? I'm like, no, that's not fair at all. Because if y'all were to fire me right now, y'all would not be giving me a 2 weeks grace period to find another job. So why would
Exactly. And I feel like the corporations put they put that in place. They put that requirement in place. It's a secret requirement. And I feel like it's just been carried on through the years, generation by generation. So it's almost an unspoken rule, but it's not even actually written down anywhere. Some companies put it in their policies and procedures and agreements and situations such as that. Or contracts that you may sign. But like you was stating, if you were going to fire me, you're not going to let me know 2 weeks in advance. You're just going to lay me off and I got to figure it out. So why do I have to give you the courtesy of letting you know that I'm getting ready to move on from this opportunity and I found a new one? But it's all in favor of the businesses. At the end of the day, it's whatever benefits them. They don't care about us. They're okay not to care about us, but we have to, on the other hand, turn around and care about them and show them the courtesy and respect for them to be able to find somebody or start getting people in the door to fill your spot. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? But when it's time to let you go, it's cool. You let you go, you know, whatever responsibilities you had is fuck that, right? It's fuck you, right? Whatever bills that need to be paid, we don't care about none of that. They ain't got nothing to do with us. We on to the next, right? But when it's our time to leave, we supposed to care about what y'all got going on, even though you're a $1 or $1 billion company. I don't know, by the end of this video, I may jump to the other side of the fence.
But I give you a 2 weeks grace period to find another employer when I'm supposed to be leaving. And on top of that, it's not like they cool with you leaving in 2 weeks. They literally be on your head the whole 2 weeks. If you don't like working at your job and you've been thinking about quitting, imagine putting your 2 weeks in. It's gonna be 100 times worse. I understand if you genuinely like the job and you wanted to keep a good relationship just in case you come back. So 2 weeks it makes sense. But trust me, if you do not like that job and they was playing with you, do not do that 2 weeks. I ain't gonna lie, I had a job I genuinely did not like. I didn't give them a 2 week notice. No. I gave them a 2-minute notice. I got up out of there because they kept playing.
2-minute
notice. And before y'all
notice.
get on my hair for not doing 2 weeks notices, I only do that for jobs that cause problems. If I like the job, I'm genuinely going to put it.
Okay, he made a good point. I never looked at it from that perspective. I just put in the 2-week notice regardless, but he made a good point. I always want to leave a good impression with a company that I felt like paid me well and I had a good time there and I met good people. So I see it from that perspective, but jobs that played in your face, I can respect that, not giving them the courtesy that they believe that they deserve. It's like, I'm up and out of there, you know, simple as that. Boy, one job I should have not put in my 2 weeks for and should have just slid was when I worked for FedEx. Boy, oh my, I don't know if y'all ever worked a delivery job in your life, but boy, that's a serious job, boy. They put you to work. You feel like an actual slave. I mean, body parts that never hurt in my entire life was hurting fucking on that truck doing 200 plus stops a shift. And you just like, you finally pull up to the to the warehouse after the shift, and you just like, damn, my whole body hurt. Well, that ain't no joke. Especially when I first started jumping, I made the dumb mistake where, because I don't know if you ever been in a FedEx truck, but on the right side you got steps to walk down. On the left side you do have steps, but they're a little bit awkward. When I was first getting into it, I used to, if it was convenient, I slide to the left sometimes because the house right there on the left side, and I would slide out the truck and just basically just take a leap of faith. And when you do that so many times, you start feeling that in your knees. And I'm like, ooh, what is, bro? My knees hurt. And I finally got the hint. It was my dumb ass jumping out of the truck onto the concrete, fucking 200 plus stops. Or sometimes it was, excuse me, it wasn't 200 plus stops. I would say I'm probably doing that maybe half or 25% of the stops. But you start feeling that. And I definitely felt like an old ass nigga working in a delivery job. I had to, yeah, I had to leave that alone after a while. And then FedEx be having you carry shit that don't even fit on a dolly. An exhaust pipe. What's some of my other outrageous shit? This nigga bought a whole weight collection. I had to carry all them weights from my truck to his front door. But I was like, I'm not carrying it to the front door. I set it right in front of the garage. I'm like, nah. One thing you'll learn if you ever work a delivery job, some packages, it's not even worth taking the extra steps to get it to the front door. You just say fuck it and drop it off right there at the garage or on the side of the house and keep it moving. Don't get me started on them long driveways in the rural areas. Oh, here's the gate code. Yeah, fuck that gate code. I'm gonna throw this bitch right over the fence and I'm out of here. You can drag that shit fucking 3 miles to your front door. I'm good on all that.
All right, my coffee beans. I hope y'all are having an amazing day. So they've been poking the bear today. They really have. Calling me out, calling me in, having coaching sessions with me on certain things. Stuff that I taught these girls how to do, y'all. These team leads, I taught them, I trained them. Okay? The energy is different now. It's time for me to go, y'all. I was gonna wait to the end of the week or the end of next week to give them my 2-week notice, but baby, I drafted that up quick, fast, and in a hurry, child, because I feel my energy shifting, and I don't ever want somebody to have that much control over me to where my emotions trump my professionalism. Let's just say that. Okay. So I get off here in a little under 25 minutes.
It seems like she got a work from home job. I'll speak on what I wanted to speak on earlier, later on in the video, because she may be feeling something a little similar to what I'm feeling, but mine has nothing to do with, because it sounds like what she's bringing up is she's experiencing things that she never experienced once she put in her 2 weeks. Or oh wait, I may have misread that because it sounded like she put in her 2 weeks after experiencing some of the things that she's been experiencing. Okay, I'm off the topic, but I did want to get into that topic because I never looked at it from that perspective. I don't know why I brought it up, but anyway, I've never experienced where I put in my 2 weeks and I feel like I get treated differently. I know the last guy was talking about that where it puts like a target on your back. I've personally never experienced that. When I put in my 2 weeks, it's always been a smooth 2 weeks, and then I'm good to go and I'm out of there. And it's simple as that. Or I put it in way before 2 weeks. When I worked at AT&T as a store manager, I put it way before 2 weeks. That whole December, I put it a month in advance. That whole December went by smoothly. So I just never experienced extra stress or extra BS being piled on me, knowing that I'm getting ready to leave.
And I have the email drafted up in my scheduled messages to be sent to managers, supervisors, and HR at 4:00 Central Time. I don't have to say anywhere. I've learned a lesson. I learned a lesson. Now I know y'all know too what they're gonna do. They are going to read my resignation letter, and then they're gonna not let me follow through with my 2 weeks, and they're gonna be like, due to performance or due to attendance or due to something, we have to let you go. Perfect attendance, baby, besides using time that I was allotted. Perfect attendance. Stellar employee record. Stellar.
That's how some of these companies be moving. That's another situation that I've never personally experienced, where I put in my 2 weeks and the company almost wants to hold me back, or they want to hold me and be like, you know what, we just gonna don't worry about working the last 2 weeks. We just gonna fire you right here on the spot. Damn, I never experienced that. So that has never crossed my mind that a company could do you that badly. Now that's going through my head. Nah, I'm kind of, it got me thinking. Got me thinking. Yeah, that's real dirty. That's real dirty. I gave you the courtesy and respect to put in my 2 weeks, and you like, yeah, nah, we good. Don't worry about it. We out of there. Especially if you a stand-up employee or you a stand-out employee. You good. You on time. You get your work done. You helping people out. You even showing traces of or qualities of management, or showing that this could be a person that we can move up in the company. And when I'm ready to go, you do me that dirty. That's what I'm saying. These companies don't care about y'all. These companies are not loyal to you. So when people sit around and spend 20 years at Walmart or 30 years working for some of these companies, and they sit at the same position as a front desk office lady, blows my mind. Talking about something, yeah, it's just an older generation thing. No, I don't think it's an older generation thing. I think it's a stupidity thing, because there ain't no way I'm spending 20 years at Walmart, especially 20 years at Walmart, and I'm still at the store location. 20 years at Walmart, I better be damn near the CEO or somewhere close to it. I better be in one of them positions. There's no way I'm spending 20 years at Walmart, and I started as a cart grabber or a cart secure, whatever them niggas call that position called. I started as a nigga grabbing carts, and 20 years later, I'm at the cash register, or I'm over there in fucking returns, or I'm in the clothing section organizing the clothes. I'm sorry. I just got too much ambition. And when I look at people like that, no disrespect to y'all, but it's too much going on in life. America has too many opportunities for me to stay stagnant at a job like Walmart, working in the store. Maybe if you was corporate and you working your way up, all respect to you. Or McDonald's, and the highest position you get is from the nigga flipping burgers in the back to managing the store. No disrespect, you did work your way up, but you can only make so much as a manager. Maybe if you get to district manager or regional manager, I'll give it to you. Yeah, I'll give it to you. But to make it from the nigga flipping burgers in the back to store manager, nah, that ain't gonna cut it for me. But yeah, I just got too much ambition. I strive for always wanting to be better, make more money, and just, I don't know. And it's kind of like what's the word that I'm looking for? It's like an arrogance thing, you know, a pride thing. I want to walk around and be like, yeah, this is what I do. And people like, damn, that's a respectable job. I'm a manager at McDonald's. I don't know. I got too much pride for it. I want niggas to be like, oh shit, that's what he do? Hell yeah, that's what I do, nigga. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm trying to walk around and be proud of my career. I'm not gonna be proud around. I'm not me personally. I'm not gonna be proud of being a McDonald's manager or a cashier at fucking Walmart for 20 years or fucking a store manager at Publix. I don't care about none of that. That doesn't scream that nigga put in work, in my opinion. That's just surface level to me.
Stellar, okay? That's why I have been able to work in so many different departments, and I was able to learn and succeed in those departments. But yeah, baby, it's a wrap. I talked to my mom, I talked to my girlfriend, um, I talked to a few other individuals in my life that I respect their knowledge and their wisdom, and we all on the same page. I got a backup plan, y'all. I got a backup plan per usual. We'll see how this works. I'll let y'all know either later on today or tomorrow the response I get once they get this resignation letter. Stay tuned.
not have to give your employer 2 weeks notice when you quit. Hi, my name is Doug Lipsky, and I'm an employment lawyer. You often hear the expression, you have to give 2 weeks notice. There's actually no legal requirement you have to give your employer 2 weeks notice. Some employees will have a term in their employment agreement requiring them to give certain notice. Most of those agreements are unenforceable. Beyond that, there's no legal requirement for you to give any type of notice. If you want to quit, you could just tell your employer you're quitting. The only reason people typically give 2 weeks notice is a matter of professional courtesy to their employer. For more helpful tips, hit the follow button.
I learned something new. Hope y'all learned something new, because I didn't know that was a thing. Like I stated earlier, I thought there was some type of law behind it, or every company had that written somewhere and people just chose not to. You chose to do it or you chose not to do it. And the fact that some employers, depending on what you're looking to get into, will actually do their due diligence and figure out who was your past employment, doesn't line up with your resume. And I'm going to reach out to those those past employments to figure out how you were as an employee when you were working for them. So that's just my experiences. So that's probably why I moved the way I moved, but also the way I was raised. But like I said, I see both ways. I do. I really do, especially if it's a job that's playing in your face. I definitely don't see why I should give you the courtesy of putting in my 2 weeks. But I definitely learned something new though.
There is no legal precedent for you to tell your employer that you are done with them. They don't tell you when they take your job. Why would you tell them when you plan to stop doing their work because someone else somewhere else decided that they would be willing to pay you more? So you took it. Worse yet, some of y'all don't read the fine print, and then when you go and give your 2 weeks, you get walked out the proverbial, sometimes physical front door right then and there, and the employer told you it was going to happen because it was written this big in the handbook you didn't read. And before y'all are like, whoa, oh my gosh, the relationships don't want to leave the team. Oh man, the work is undone. The project's not finished. Oh, they're going to say bad things about me on LinkedIn. They don't care about you that much. It's like Stockholm Syndrome. You will protect the people that will literally sell you down the creek. So just stop. When you know you've done the hard work to land that new role that you're going to start Monday 2 weeks from now because you're going to give yourself a break, Friday at 4:57 p.m., you just type up your email letting everybody know that you've had the pleasure of working with them and that you'll be moving on, click send, and bounce. Because some of y'all will ghost a human being that likes you, that wants to get to know you, that wants to spend time with you, that wants to invest in you, but then you won't drop a company that will literally leave you unable to pay your mortgage next month. Just stating the obvious.
Yeah, these videos, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, and she got me really thinking. Maybe I've been doing it wrong this entire time, because she's speaking facts. She's speaking facts. Maybe, I mean, if it's a good company that maybe if I fall on hard times and I may return to, which I always think about that, because you never know if you could do something stupid and lose the dream career or dream job that you always wanted, and you need to fall back on something quick. And one of those things that you can fall back on is one of those old opportunities that you know is always hiring, and you don't want to burn that bridge by up and leaving. So I do respect what she's saying, but when it comes to certain jobs, I think it's best to put in that 2 week notice. Even if they walk you out, you kind of already had in your mind that you was ready to slide anyway. But it does suck that you're not getting that last paycheck that you were kind of hoping for, which, like I said, I've never experienced this. But I cross my fingers that I never experienced that, because with a good, respectable job, I would want to put in my 2 weeks. One that I really fucked with, everything was going well, and I met great people, and I got paid well, and I had a good time the entire time I was there, or most of the time I was there. I would give them my 2 weeks, but you never know how some of these companies are gonna move. So I'm telling you, I'm slowly going on the other side of the fence, because I would say I've had more. I've had more good jobs than bad, but even the bad ones, like I said, I've never just up and left. So, all right, but yeah, just to end off this video with my thoughts. So I kind of wanted to jump into it, but the only reason I really got into this, what gave me the video idea, is because currently with my job, I have something brewing in the background, and basically it's almost done. It's cooking. It's 98% confirmed that it's going to turn out as a 5-star Michelin meal. Like, that shit gonna be on point. But I guess the anxiety that's being built up, the restlessness that's there, knowing that in my mind I already have, I'm not even gonna say half, I'm halfway out the door. I'm majority the way out of the door. I'm ready to slide. I'm ready to get out of the position that I'm currently in. I realized it was a great position. It held me down for the time being that I had it. I met some cool people, but I work from home. Work from home is not for me. It's not. It's mentally draining for me personally, because I already feel like I already have a lack of human interaction outside of work. So if I ain't getting no human interaction at work either, boy, it's tough. I didn't realize how important human interaction was until I kind of got into this, and I was like, dang, I really don't talk to many people. I kind of really do stay to myself. And I didn't realize me escaping to work was giving me that human interaction, whether it was through sales, whether it was through delivery driving, whatever the case may be. But now I'm just stuck at home all the time, 24/7, and my only outlet to really actually speak to people is, when people hit me up, or I hit people up, or when I'm going to the gym. So I just wanted to kind of get y'all thoughts and see if y'all feel the same way. When you know something in the background is cooking, or you got a confirmation on something and it's just hard to even want to show up to work at some point. Obviously you got to get a check and you got to get the bills paid, but mentally you are already checked out of that job and you just waiting. You just waiting on that confirmation, like, okay, here's the start date, and then you waiting on that day to put in your 2 weeks, or you waiting on that day to just be like, all right, I'm gone. And you just use your vacation time or whatever the case may be, and then type up your letter at the last minute. However you exit a job, but that feeling though, getting to that day, I think is the hardest part, especially when it's still cooking in the background, because there's still that 2% chance that it may not work out. But even if it does work out, it's the waiting game. It's like, dang, when am I gonna get that final confirmation? You just keep checking your email, you keep waiting on that phone call, and you just like, man, I'm ready to leave. And that's kind of what I'm going through right now. It's like, I'm ready to slide. But I ain't gonna keep yapping on the subject. Like I said earlier, I'm curious how y'all move when it's time to get up out of a job. Are y'all the type to put in your 2 weeks? Y'all the type to just slide? Or y'all the type to use your vacation, type up a letter, get out of there? Or you may only speak to one person you cool with and you just dip, or however you may go about doing that. I'm really curious to hear what y'all think. Drop it in the comments. If you felt with the video, drop a like. Other than that, take it easy.